Hi students, today I am going to explain what is tissue. Tissue lesson chapter 1 of 7th class biology. So we studied about different types of cells, cell organelles in our previous chapter, and we also know reproduction of cells. So and how the cell divides into two cells or more cells. So we know what is cell. It is a structural and functional unit of any organism. So, but a group of cells which is organized and specialized to perform a particular function in the body of an organism is called tissue. So, what is tissue? A group of cells, so which are specialized and organized to perform some particular function in the body. It is called tissue. In the body of an organism, different life activities such as respiration, digestion, reproduction, excretion, all these activities will take place because of the tissues and organs which perform specific functions, and there will be a division of labor. What is division of labor? Labor means work. Division means divided. Means the work is divided among themselves in the parts of the body and they are specialized to do that work. So, division of labor is defined as the distribution of various life activities and functions among different parts of the body so that they get specialized to do that function. So, now we will understand what are tissues. They are a group of cells to perform a specific function. So, such cells which perform specific function in the body are grouped together to form a specialized cluster. Cluster means group of cells which has cells similar in shape. The cells will be similar in the shape, size, structure and function. So, this cluster is called tissue. So, we can define the tissue like this. A tissue is defined as the cluster of cells. Cluster means again group of cells having a common origin. Their origin means born from a same source, common, and similar structure will be there, and they are related together to perform a common function. One common function they will perform. And study of these, like this type of tissues, study of tissues is called histology. So histos means tissues. Yes, no. Logos means study. So means study of tissues. And division of labor is observed in multicellular organisms. In unicellular organisms, all the functions, all the work is done by a single cell itself. But in multicellular organisms, again it is organized into tissues, organs, organ systems in an organism. Like this, so division of labor occurs in multicellular organisms. Next we will see different types of plant tissues and animal tissues. In both plants and animals, there will be tissues to perform the different necessary life process for their survival. So, and division of labor also will be there, that will help to reduce the workload for a single cell. As a single cell can do all the work, no. So, there should be a division of labor so that one organ will do one work. It increases the cell efficiency also and ensures greater organization within the body. So, of an organism. So, in the body of an organism, when the work is divided among different organs and tissues, then it becomes easy to organize that, and it can easily survive in the given changing environment. However, structure of plant and animal tissues is very different. So, is it same? Structure of plant tissues is different. Structure of animal tissues is different because the functions are also different. This is largely because the functions they perform is different and the type of external environment is also different. For example, plants are not as mobile as animals. Plants will move. No, they will not move like animals. They are fixed at a place. So they require less energy because they don't move. But they require supportive tissue to provide mechanical strength to the body of the plant. Means they want mechanical tissue to support to stay there at a fixed place, and it also requires less energy because they are made up of more dead cells, whereas in animals it have more complex structural organization compared to plants, and plants will grow for their whole life. For their full life, plants will grow, but animals, they will grow. No, they will not grow for full life, they will grow only for a period of time. So growth of plants occurs due to the presence of what? Meristematic tissue. So the plants will grow because of presence of meristematic tissue. Where it will be present meristematic tissue? In roots and shoot apex. Apex means tips. However, in animals, growth of body is quite uniform and proportionate to all the body parts. But in animals, only tips will grow. Only the tips of our body will grow. No, the growth will be uniform and it will be proportionate to all the body parts. So, animals will not have growing region, non-growing region. All the body will grow uniformly. So, we will see the difference between a plant tissue and animal tissue. Plants will process more dead supported tissues, and as because they are less mobile, they will not move. And animals process more living tissue and they want more energy because they will move. Then plants grow throughout their life because of meristematic tissues. Animals don't grow full life and they will not have don't have growing regions. They grow up to a limited length of time only. And the structural organization of plants is simple compared to animals. Here the structural organization of animals is complex. Then plant tissues are mainly two types: meristematic tissues, permanent tissues. So let's see here the classification they gave: meristematic and permanent tissues. Meristematic tissues, again there are three types: apical meristem, intercalary meristem, lateral meristem. Again, in the permanent tissues, two types: simple permanent tissue, complex permanent tissue. In again simple permanent tissue, parenchyma, sclerenchyma and collenchyma will be there. Again sclerenchyma, different types like fibers and scleroids. In collenchyma, again different types: xylem and phloem. Like this we can see the different classification of plants tissues. Now first we will see what is meristematic tissue. We know that meristematic tissues are a group of continuously dividing cells which helps in the growth of plants. So these are continuously dividing cells. So that's why plant will grow continuously throughout their lifetime because of meristematic tissue, and it will help to increase in the length and also girth of the plant. Girth means width of the plants. Again later this tissue again differentiated into permanent tissue and will stop dividing. This meristematic tissue continuously grow with the help of these plants will grow. After some years it will convert into permanent tissue and it will stop dividing. Again meristematic tissue will grow at the tips. So meristematic tissues are located at specific positions of the body of plant where they keep on dividing and add new cells. So what are the features? Let's see. These cells have thin and elastic primary cell wall composed of cellulose. So the cell wall is very thin and it will be elastic and it will composed of cellulose, and the cells are round or oval in shape. In some cases they may be polygonal also. So then the cells are arranged in compact, no intercellular spaces. They are arranged very tightly. Large nucleus and dense cytoplasm. Very small or no vacuole is seen. Again the meristematic tissues are three types. I already told: apical meristem, intercalary meristem, lateral meristem. Apical meristem is, apical means apex, tips, a shoot apex of growing stems and roots also. So this is called shoot apical meristem. The tips of shoot is called shoot apical meristem. Tips of roots are called root apical meristem. So these are responsible for the growth of length of the roots and stems of the plant. Then intercalary meristem, it occurs at the base of the leaves, below the nodes and at the base of internodes. So it is also responsible for the growth of leaves and internodes in plants. So then lateral meristem, it occurs on the sides of the stems and roots and causes to increase in girth. So because it is present in the sides, it helps to increase the width. See here. So apical meristem at the tips, it will help to increase the height. Then nodes and internodes, so it will help to increase the branches and leaves. And lateral meristem, sides, it will improve so that the width will be increased. Then permanent tissues. when the cells of meristematic tissues have lost their ability to divide. So these meristematic tissues, after so many years, it will lose their ability to divide and it will differentiate to perform a specific function, specialized functions. Then they will become permanent shape and size and they will become permanent tissues. So what are permanent tissues? So what is their characteristics? Let's see. They are made up of living or dead cells. These permanent tissues are made up of both living and dead cells. The cells may be thick or thin with regular or irregular thickening. So large vacuole is seen. The cells do not divide. We know that permanent tissues will not divide like meristematic tissues, and permanent tissues are permanently placed at a fixed position. They will be at a fixed position in the plant body. Again, they are of different types: simple, complex and special tissues. Then simple permanent tissues, again of different types. The cells of simple permanent tissue are similar to each other. So these simple permanent tissue cells will be very similar to each other in their origin, birth, function and form or shape. There are three types of simple permanent tissue: parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. So first we will see parenchyma. Para means beside and enchyma means fill. Means in the besides parts it is filled. It is the simplest, widely distributed in different parts of the plant like stems, leaves, fruits and flowers. So we see the characteristics. The cells are isodiametric. So all the sides will be same diameter, isodiametric, oval or spherical or polygonal shape. Cytoplasm is peripheral and large central vacuole is seen. See here, big vacuole, and cytoplasm is outside peripheral. Cell wall is thin and composed of cellulose. The cells are loosely packed, means intercellular spaces are present. So seen. Then where it will occur? The parenchyma tissue forms a part of cortex. It will be present in the cortex, medullary ray, cortex of stems, roots, etc. It is also present in vascular tissues like xylem and phloem. Then what is its function? What it will do? It will assimilate and storage of food in the form of starch and fats. It will take and store the food in the form of starch and fats. It will also store the water. So in succulent plants it will store water and it helps in gaseous exchange and buoyancy in aquatic plants, and it also helps to give mechanical strength to the body, and it also helps in the performance of metabolic activities of plants. Then collenchyma. Next, colla means glue, sticky structure, and enchyma means filling. So it is a very soft living tissue which have flexibility because of sticky nature, and it also present in aerial plants such as leaves, stems, etc. It helps the plants not to break. Because of sticky nature, it will not break when it bends also. Then collenchyma can be observed in the epidermis of leaf stalks, young stems of dicotyledonous and leaf midribs. When we touch there, we can see some sticky substance. That is nothing but collenchyma. And monocotyledons and roots do not have this collenchyma structure. That's why roots will not be sticky. And what are its characteristics? Let me see. The cells are compactly packed together. See here, no intercellular spaces. They are compactly arranged and intercellular spaces are absent. Cell wall is thin and it is made up of cellulose. Uneven thickening of pectin material at the corners. In the corners, pectin material is unevenly thickened. Then what is its function? It is supportive in nature. Again, it also helps to support to tissue. It will give strength, mechanical support, tensile strength and elasticity to the aerial plants. So it is called mechanical tissue. It also allows elongation of organs during growth. During growth, it helps to elongate the organs, and it also helps in food storage, and it helps in preventing the tearing of leaves. When more air is coming, it helps not to tear the leaves because of the sticky nature, and it also helps the chloroplasts to perform photosynthesis. Next is sclerenchyma. Scleren means hard, enchyma means fill. So it consists of thick walled dead cells with very, very small lumen. So inside, the secondary cell wall is formed due to the deposition of lignin. So one more cell wall will be present because of lignin which is there, it makes the cell wall so hard. So the cell walls become very rigid and impermeable to water. It will not allow water to go inside. So these tissues occur in patches or in definite layers. So narrow lumen, see, very thick, very small lumen inside, and uneven, unthickened areas are called pits. Here some spaces are left behind which are not thickened. They are called pits. So cells are compactly packed. They are very compactly packed, and middle lamella made of pectin, proteins and cellulose cements them together. Then where it occurs in xylem and phloem, in hard seed covering, husk of coconut, grit of fruits, hypodermis in stems of monocotyledonous plants, and endocarp of almond. So in these parts sclerenchyma is present, and it helps in providing mechanical support and strength to the plant. So it is also a mechanical tissue. It helps in protecting the seeds and nuts. So because it is covering the, like almonds, endocarp they told, so covering of seeds and nuts, so that it will protect. Some sclerenchyma fibers are even commercially exploited, like flax, jute, hemp, coconut. All these are used commercially. Then let's see difference between parenchyma and collenchyma. Thin cell wall, uneven thickening of cell wall. Here they are isodiametric. These cells are elongated. These occurs in almost all plant pots. It occurs in aerial plant pots, means outside plant pots, which you can see. They will store food and waste products. This will provide mechanical support and turgidity to the plant. And again the difference between collenchyma and sclerenchyma they give. Cell wall is soft, here hard. They are living and protoplasm is seen. They have narrow lumen. It makes the plant pots flexible. It makes the plant pots hard. Here cell wall is unevenly thickened. Here cell wall is uniformly thick due to lignin deposition. Like this they gave the difference. Next is complex permanent tissue. In complex permanent tissues, more than one type of cells occur. So having same origin, and it also performs particular function while working together. There are two types of complex tissues, xylem and phloem. So they are called vascular bundles. They are also called vascular tissues. So what is xylem means? Wood. Xylem is a conducting tissue in vascular plants. So water will be conducted from the roots to all the parts of the body, and along with the some inorganic solutes with the help of xylem. It will also give mechanical strength to the body. So it is a complex tissue, and it contains 4 types of different cells. So in simple tissues, same type of cells will be there. In complex tissues, different types of cells will be there. So what are the 4 different types of cells here? Tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. Let's see the diagram here. See, xylem tracheids, xylem vessels, xylem parenchyma, xylem fibers. Next, phloem. It helps in the conduction of food, and it is also called bast, inner bark. Yes, no, it is a food conducting tissue. It present in the vascular tissue. The cells of phloem are living. Here all are living and perform translocating organic solutes in plants. So where food is prepared in the leaves by photosynthesis, from there it will be transferred to all the body parts. So there are also 4 types of cells in phloem tissue. What are they? Sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. See here components: sieve tubes, phloem parenchyma, companion cells. In this sieve plate is a sieve pores are there, phloem fibers. Like this they give components. So what is the difference between xylem and phloem? So xylem will conduct water and some solutes, inorganic solutes. Here phloem will conduct organic solutes, means food. So conduction of substances occurred in upward direction, where the water vapor in the roots. So from the roots to the up or to all the body parts of plant. So upward. Here in both the directions, in the leaves food is prepared, and in all the directions, in both the directions it will conduct. Only xylem parenchyma is living, all other cells are dead. Here Only phloem fibers is dead, all are living. Then xylem provides mechanical strength. Phloem will not provide any mechanical strength, it just conducts food. So conduction occurs in tracheary elements. Here conduction occurs in sieve tubes. So this is one of the elements of the one of the cells, type of cells in the xylem and phloem. Then they gave the difference between meristematic and permanent tissues. So the cells will divide repeatedly. Here in there will not be any division of cells in permanent tissue. The cells are undifferentiated. They will not be any differentiated. So they will be same. But in permanent tissue, the cells are fully differentiated. The cells are small or isodiametric. Here there will be in different shapes and sizes. The intercellular spaces are generally absent in meristematic tissues, but in permanent tissues, conspicuous intercellular spaces are present. Here vacuoles are absent, but in permanent tissues, large vacuoles are present. Here metabolism is high, that's why it will be dividing continuously. Here metabolism is very low and there will not be any continuous division of cells. The cell walls are thin. Here the cell walls are thin or it may be thick. The inorganic inclusions are absent here. The crystals and other inorganic inclusions are commonly present. Meristematic is a simple tissue. In permanent tissues, there are both simple and complex tissues. So in the next video, I am explaining animal tissues. Thank you.